All right, part 2 of Derek and Friends. We're with Jerry Truman. How you doing, Mr. Jerry?
Hey, what's up, Derek?
Yes!
Woo!
The star of the Baconator song.
That's right.
Yes. Can you remind the viewers how your Baconator song goes? Can you, actually, maybe we have Vinny over here. Vinny, you want to clap in the background or dance in the background when Jerry does his Baconator song? Okay.
I guess.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go!
Damn, girl, you got an ass like a baconator. Damn, girl, you got an ass like a baconator. Shake it with that baconator salt. Shake it with that baconator salt. Shake it, twerk it with that baconator. Twerk it with that baconator like brrrr, damn, girl, you got an ass like a baconator. Damn, girl, you got an ass like a baconator. Damn, girl, you got that ass like a baconator. Got an ass like a baconator. She got that baconator booty, that'll make me wanna wipe up. Baconator booty, that'll make me wanna wipe up. Baconator booty, make me wanna pay a child support. Baconator booty, make me wanna pay a child support. She ride it like a soldier with that ass like a baby. She ride it like a soldier with that ass like a baby. She drop jiggy and she shake it to the floor. And she bounce it and she shake it with that ass like a baconator. Damn, girl, you got an ass like a baconator. Damn, girl, you got an ass like a baconator. Damn, girl, you got an ass like a baconator. Got an ass like a baconator. She got that baconator booty meat that make me wanna beat my meat. Baconator booty meat that make me wanna beat my meat. Baconator booty that got me like ooh wee. Baconator booty that got me like ooh wee. She bounce it ass, she twerk it ass that ass like a baconator. She bounce it ass, that twerk it ass that ass like a baconator. She shake it and she shake it with them cheeseburger butt cheeks. Shake it and she shake it with them cheeseburger butt cheeks. Hot like a baconator, thick like a baconator. Wobble wobble wobble, dance it, and she pop it and she twerk it with that ass like a baconator. Damn, girl, you got an ass like a baconator. Damn, girl, you got that ass like a baconator. Damn, girl, you got that ass like a baconator. Got an ass like a baconator. You heard me?
Hey, could you say Derek has an ass like a baconator? No. Okay.
Nope.
No. Okay. So tell me how you wrote that song. That song is so popular. When did you write that song?
Man, I think it was like a long time ago when I was at a barber shop. I heard some guy just checking out some girl with a big old booty, and I thought he said, damn, she got an ass like a baconator. So now I'm just doing the tribute for him.
Wow, you wrote this before the pandemic, many years ago.
Yeah.
And this song just took off from a life of its own.
Yeah.
You ever think of doing like do another song like maybe the Whopper Jr. or the Big Mac?
It's coming in the works, though.
So.
Yeah, I might be doing like Burger King maybe one day, or maybe something like I don't know, Taco Bell, Arby's. I don't know. It's just
I like that.
All sorts of stuff in the works or something or stuff.
Vinny wants to say something.
Well, I don't want to cut off. I said, didn't you have that Whopper Dropper song?
I did, but it was something like a little something in the works or something that just a little catchy for those that just enjoyed the Baconator. So
okay, so that wasn't like an official song. That's something you did for that one show, or
I'm thinking about just making that one official.
Okay,
it's like the official, but yeah, unofficial or so kind of.
All right.
So.
And hold on for 1 second. Of course, we're back. Of course, with Jerry. Of course. So Jerry, what have you been doing now? You've been doing a lot of performances with your comedy.
Yep, just performing like outside of the perimeter, like in Forsyth and Gwinnett, places like Sweetwater Bar and Grill, and in Freedom Brewery, where I actually just came from right before this wonderful show here.
So tell me about what your comedy has been like. In the
Freedom Brew and Shine, that's the place.
What does your comedy represent when you do your some comedy? Like, would you say like you're another Chris Rock? Are you another Eddie Murphy? Or like would you compare yourself with them? Or are you better than them?
Actually, I just like to see myself as a guy that's just in his own lane or so. But I actually do like love the greats and everything. Big ups and big respect to like the Chris Rocks and the Eddie Murphys and all. But I'm just me being me in my own style and the stuff that I come across in my day-to-day life.
Because I would say Melissa Rose, she's better than up there with Katy Perry. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Yeah,
But Katy Perry one like.
Okay, but like she's up there. Vinny Bucci is like a Kevin James. You are like a Chris Rock.
Kevin James, that guy from Hitch.
Yes.
What the? I had wait. I thought they were saying like Jonah Hill or something. I mean, I see like the Booch. I'm thinking like 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street.
Yeah,
I mean,
but like he has. He when he acts, he's like a Kevin James, and Jonah Hill. Okay, like he's in between them. You know what I'm saying? But if not better than him, you know.
His kind of acting is like a little bit like on the methodical almost or so. It's kind of like someone that you saw that actually like acted before, and like knows just what he's doing.
And me, like I'm like Adam.
Because actually, I remember when Ben Stiller on a whole different kind of level. I mean, this is just.
Hold on.
Wait.
Hold on. Jerry, I'm sorry. I'm trying to not cut in on your interview, but I just gotta say something real quick. This motherfucker just appearance of Adam Sandler. Did I just hear? Did you hear that?
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Okay, Jerry. Scale of 1 to 10. How high is he right now? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Just want to make sure. Back to you guys.
See, you're Chris Rock. I'm Adam Sandler.
I would say myself to be as Chris Rock because I do respect like Chris Rock because like one of my idols and all that, but with Chris Rock, it's like really different himself because like the kind of like slaps that he can take or so, it's like, oh man, it's like something like I don't know if I could have like handled that kind of slap from Will Smith or something though.
So whose side were you on during Will Smith and Chris Rock's feud?
I was actually on Chris Rock's side.
So question for you. This is a question for you too. Vinny, come here for a second. This is a question I have for both of you, okay?
All right.
Here's the dilemma that Kevin James has, okay? Kevin James was in Hitch with who?
Will Smith.
Okay, Kevin James was in a movie with Adam Sandler with who?
Chris Rock.
So who does Kevin James vote for?
Well, here's the problem. I'll answer that question very simply. It's a matter of not necessarily who he sides with, but who is right and who is wrong.
Yes.
And I've said this a million times before. Is the issue here is this: Will Smith slapping Chris Rock.
Yes.
Was not only the most unprofessional thing Will Smith has ever done. It damaged his career and his reputation, mostly because here's why. Will Smith was known as being a guy that was chill and laid back, nothing bothered him. He had this example that he set. And this is a guy who, even Chris Rock said, everybody was mocking him for the fact that clearly Jada wears the pants in that relationship. Yeah. Will Smith got emasculated on a level that is unheard of in Hollywood. That's part of the reason why his career is in the toilet, because you can't be a leading man in Hollywood if you're clearly not the leading man in your own house. No one takes you seriously as a alpha male when you're clearly the beta in your marriage. It just doesn't work that way. Sure. Now, I'm not saying that a woman can't wear the pants in a relationship. In some cases, they can. But if you're trying to portray to the world that you're this leading man, that you can lead, you're the head of the household, and then you find out you're basically not the person that you claim to be, that's when shit goes south. And also, here's the other thing, is that Will Smith being allowed to get away with this slap set a precedent. That's bad. Because notice, what happened a few weeks after Will Smith got slapped? Mm-hmm. Dave Chappelle got tackled. Not only that, I had gone to open mics in Atlanta where I saw people getting thrown out and rushing the stage. I saw a show one time where a guy we know, Sonny G, at Sweetwater Bar and Grill, this guy got up on stage. Now, I can't repeat what Sonny G said on the StreamYard, but basically said, yo, ma, probably.
Exactly.
Yeah, and he's telling him to chill. I had to take my suit jacket off because I thought the guy was going to punch him.
Really?
Now, thankfully, Sonny shut the guy down. He got off the stage. But there was no incident, but there almost was one. I saw one at McCracken's where this guy who looked like Chris Cobain's brother got thrown out of a bar because he was rushing the stage. People kept calling him Machine Gun Kelly, and he was offended. So it set something up to where now comedians go on stage wondering, are we gonna have to fight people?
Oh, so that's another question, Jerry.
So yeah,
when you're on stage, do you ever get scared that someone's gonna attack you?
Nope, not all the time or so, because actually when you know like your audience or so and know how to read the room, it's less likely to happen. So, but you still gotta be ready, but you try to avoid all the bullshit as much as you can.
Sure. What about you, Vinny? Do you get scared when you go on stage?
Not really. Mostly because most of the material I got, if you rush the stage over something I say, your skin is thinner than tissue paper. Because despite how I may be on the Boochcast, where I'm very vocal in areas and I'm brutally honest about my opinion on things, and especially in the outside, in the world of like politics and stuff like that, I don't bring it to the stage with me. When I'm on stage, my goal is to make people laugh. Now, if I tell the truth and make people laugh in the process, that's great. But most of the time, none of my jokes have really been in that area where it's like really crossing a line and stuff.
Sure.
Unless it's like something, I might walk up to the line, but I don't really cross it. It's not that I don't want to, it's just that I haven't been put in a situation yet, joke-wise, where I feel like I can. Like, I'm not one of the people that wants to offend people just to offend. I think that's stupid.
Sure.
If I'm going to tell a joke that's edgy or controversial, it's going to be rooted in some kind of truth.
Sure.
Like, I have stuff that I'm working on that I haven't told yet, because I don't think it's ready. That's definitely going to be controversial and offensive. And it mostly revolves around the job that I'm currently working.
Question from you, Jerry. Do you still do the Baconator song when you do open mic nights and stuff like that?
Yep, just about whenever I can. And when I see like most people that actually want to come out and just see me and appreciate it. And it's like during the times when you probably don't see me doing the Baconator, it's when I'm trying to work on like some new material and you only have like so much time on the stage that you want to work on the jokes that need to be worked on. And then you just save like the good jokes for like the shows where the people just really want to come out or so.
Sure. Now, Vinny, do you still do the Andrew Dice Clay? I remember when I met you, you said you're the love child of Andrew Dice Clay and
Roseanne Barr. And I haven't told that joke in forever.
Okay.
Although I did find something out interesting that I didn't know before. Right around the time when Roseanne got canceled, like when she got taken off the air, I found out her and Dice are actually really good friends. I never knew that.
Really?
Like Dice was one of the first people to come out to Roseanne's aid, and they did some shows at the Laugh Factory in Las Vegas together.
And that's one of the first celebrities in Atlanta. Well, I mean, back when I lived there, I interviewed Roseanne at Outright Bookstore, which was right near the Smithsonian Bar.
Actually was funny.
That was my favorite place where I really discovered myself.
Yeah. In fact, I'll actually let this out of the secret because I haven't aired any of this yet, but it's stuff that I filmed. I'm actually there's a show called Dark Side of Comedy from Vice. And I'm doing a Boochcast reviews Dark Side of Comedy. And I know I mentioned this to you a while back, but I had Jerry on the show.
Yeah.
We shot something for Maria Bamford that I plan on releasing at a later date once I get all the things together. And I shot Roseanne Barr with another comic she used to do comedy and now she does other stuff now. I shot the Roseanne Barr video with her.
Really?
So, and I brought her on the show. I don't want to say her name right now because she and I had a falling out, so I don't want to get ready for this.
Oh, I remember.
But I'll tell you off the air if you want.
Okay.
But I brought her on the show because when I watch the videos of Dark Side of Comedy, I try to find the right comic that I think will work for something, unless there's a person a comic really wants to do, in which case I'll give them that. But I try to find the right one. And I realized when they talk about Roseanne Barr, it's very, very heavily centered towards the end of it. It becomes a very Trump-oriented episode because Roseanne becomes very conservative. She used to be very liberal in the beginning. Then she became more of a libertarian when she had her own campaign for president. And then she became very conservative, very much a Trump person. So I didn't know. I'm looking at the Atlanta comedy scene because I'm looking at Jerry and all the friends I have in the comedy scene. I'm trying to think, who the fuck can I pick for Roseanne Barr? Because I'm worried if we get to the Trump part, it's going to become a confrontation and a fight. Because there are some people that can talk about Trump and it's civilized. Some people talk about Trump and it's not.
It's funny.
I can talk to Jerry about Trump all day long because even though he's not a Trump person, I want to clarify that. I can talk to him about those things and he can just have a dialogue.
Like me and you.
Oh yeah,
when I was more,
like the whole "Make America Great Again" thing, and then the time when he went to Rice Street and
exactly when he talking about the Chick-fil-A and got 30 milkshakes. And
right.
But I'm
were you there? Were you there?
No, I wasn't there then.
But I'm saying like you and I could have a conversation about Trump and we're not going to get in a fist fight.
Like
there's some and then there's some comics it's going to start a fight. Right. Because there's some comics who are very far left. So I'm thinking, who the fuck am I going to pick? And I find the one comic who she used to do comedy, and she used to be liberal and became very conservative. Like she might be more conservative than me, which is scary.
Really?
But I started talking to her on Twitter and stuff, and I went, I gotta get her on the show, and I did. So I found the perfect person to do Roseanne Barr. Like I picked Maria Bamford with Jerry because he met Maria, so I thought, okay, that's perfect for him. So now I got to figure out who do I pick for the other ones. So
and even when I was more liberal before the pandemic, I would always say we would have our debates. But are you surprised that I'm more conservative now these days since the pandemic?
Yeah. Well, I want to say yes and no. Like I'm a little surprised because of how vocal you've been about being on the left, but this is the thing that I've noticed and then we'll get off this because I know it's going to make me look better. But the thing that I've noticed over the last couple months is the more shit gets really bad in the country, the more you're seeing people switch to that side. Hell, Charlemagne the God just switched to that side. Yeah. You got Snoop Dogg making amends with Trump. Like, shit's going crazy. And that's all
lots of rappers.
It's funny. Lots of rappers all of a sudden are back on his side.
It's funny
because they're seeing shit go back.
I wouldn't necessarily, if I could pick another candidate other than Trump, definitely other than Joe, we need just a fresh candidate out there, period. Just fresh, something fresh. I think they're both stale, okay? One thing, okay? I think they're both, because Trump, his worst enemy is his words, okay? But I could see where he did a lot of good for the country. And before, I was never a Trump supporter. I was always Obama. But I saw a lot of shit come out of the closet during the pandemic, okay? Yeah. I'm saying this now on my podcast because and what do you think? Are you still a huge liberal now, or are you in between?
Somewhere like almost moderate.
Moderate, okay. But
I would say I'm still like fairly liberal or
something.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't know. I just know a lot of stuff that happened because of the pandemic that got me more conservative. But I'm still neutral. Like I have good friends. I have interviewed great people that were liberal, and I won't mind interviewing people that are conservative. But I think I'm more conservative since the pandemic. A lot of things I were open to. You know what I'm saying?
More conservative, like in the whole tax cuts or other social issues, like between one
thing I don't agree with Trump. I agree that he did good with warp speed with the vaccine. He did that good. Okay, but I never took the vaccine. But one thing about Trump, and Vinny, you agree with this one, right? Trump should, and a lot of conservatives should allow should allow the woman to choose. You know what I'm saying? I believe about that. And a lot of conservatives are not there for the LGBT community. You know what I'm saying? They're not there for that. That's my thing I like about the conservatives. But I think the conservatives are better, which I don't get too political on my show, but are better because the liberals have a lot of agendas. Too much agendas.
Okay,
more agendas in
more like
a public high school.
Yes. Yeah.
Like for the viewers, you could say like, ask like what kind of agendas or something.
I just think the agendas of the pandemic.
Here, I think I'll try to answer.
Okay.
Like I said, I didn't want to dive too deep into this, but fuck it, Jerry. I think we're in it now.
Yeah.
Right? Here's the thing. I think really what it is that I think it's become more about people pleasing and less about, hey, there's a problem, we need to fix it. See, it's like sometimes when
the border.
It's like when you run that too. But I'm saying like when you run a company, or it's kind of like when it's like our parents.
Right.
When your dad is running the house,
right,
his job is to take care of the family, and he's got to, do certain things to make sure that
kids protected,
roof over the head, food on the table, clothes on your back. Now, sometimes he might have to make decisions that we as kids may not like. Like, hey, Jerry, you want a new bike,
right?
But your dad can't get you a new bike. Why can't your dad get you a new bike? Because if he spends that money on the bike, you don't eat that day.
Yeah.
Or, hey, I'm going to be behind on the rent because Jerry wants a big screen TV. You know what I mean? So now the difference is Biden would give you the big screen TV and say, fuck your rent. And then you're sitting out. Meanwhile, you get the big screen TV, but you're sitting on the fucking corner. You're homeless with a big screen TV in your hand. So it's like, yeah, I got the big screen TV, but you can't plug it in anywhere. You got nowhere to watch it. So in the long run, it would have been like, you know what? I would have kept the roof over my head, maybe got the big screen TV later. So sometimes your dad has to make decisions that you as a kid don't like because you want the big screen TV, or you want the new Nintendo, or you want the new bike. But you can't get it because your dad has to make these decisions that in the long run are better for the family.
I want the lady that wears sweats all the time.
Yeah, that's it. So, yeah. All right.
Sleepy Joe.
Exactly. So I'm saying that when you're the president, a lot of times you're making decisions. You have to look at the country as a whole. You can't just, hey, I want to please this one group, or I want to please that one
Joe
group.
Pleasing,
Exactly. He's like,
with our tax dollars.
Exactly. Like they're like they give like free shit to this group or free shit to that group. Like that. In fact, that's how
it was like what happened with America First.
Exactly. Like one of the things Charlemagne, I told you he switched sides.
Yeah.
What he was pissed about was because I think they're based out of New York, if I remember
correctly.
Yes.
So they were on the air because the mayor of New York told all the illegals and everything, like, this is a sanctuary city. Come over here. Now they're flooded with them, and they got.
Oh yeah, because I remember one time I think it was like Republican governors just sending them over right to like the cities that are called sanctuary cities.
They said, all right, you want them? Here you go. And what happened? The schools had to shut down. There's hotels that they're staying in hotels. They had to pull the kids out of school and make them do virtual classes like the pandemic all over again because they have to use the schools to house all the illegals. So now Charlemagne was pissed, and him and the Breakfast Club went off on this, and they even said, like, so now we got to pull our kids out of school with no notice. Now what do? I got to find a babysitter. I got to go to work. I got to do all those other things. For my kids to stay home from school. And that's when Charlemagne pretty much made the decision. He was going to the other side because it's like, what the fuck?
And everybody talking about they want the illegals to come in and everything. I mean, illegals or immigrants or undocumented workers, whatever you call them.
Well, yeah.
Just because they'll say they'll do the work that most of the Americans don't want to do.
Exactly, and that's the thing. And illegal is the right answer because this is the problem with legal immigration I've always said.
Okay.
People drop the word illegal, just say immigrant, and assume that people don't want immigrants here, which is beyond the truth. That's farther from the truth.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody's okay with immigrants coming in. We're just saying
the process.
Just the process. Just go to the front door.
Exactly.
And I always say it like this. Right. Remember a while time ago we did complaint time and we talked about going to the club, right?
Right.
Which I'm going to re-release that at some point down the road.
Okay.
But we talked about going to the club. Jared, when you first go to the club, what's the first thing they want you to do?
Show ID.
Pat down.
Okay, pat down, ID, but what else? What do you give to go in?
Money.
Fee.
A cover charge, right?
Yeah.
You pay a cover charge.
Right.
You have to pay money to go into that club, right?
Depends on the club, but I'll say majority of them.
Yes, but you get the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
You got to do something before you walk in.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, Jerry, let's say the doorman's right here,
Right.
and someone's trying to, and someone walks behind him and sneaks into the club.
Oh, dang. There's going to be like either a shooting or like drug dealing.
But I'm saying, someone gets caught breaking into the club, sneaking into the club, what do?
They throw you out, arrest you.
They throw you, exactly. They pick you up and they throw you out. Now, depending on if you go willingly, they'll escort you out. If you don't go out willingly, they're going to beat the shit out of you and they're going to drag your life.
Right.
But they throw you out.
Right.
So if you would do that in a club, if you would do that if someone came into your house, why would the border be any different?
Exactly.
That's the point.
Exactly.
So yeah, you break in, you get kicked out. And then
I kind of see where people find it crazy why it's like this Texas governor is like people mad at Texas governor for putting out like some buoys around to protect their border.
Yeah, because they don't want people. It's not that we don't want people here. We don't want people here illegally. Right. And also, like,
there must be some kind of agenda going on with that one. But
yeah,
before I let you go, Jerry, tell where people can find the information.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and everything else like Snapchat at Comedian Truman.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jerry Truman, for being part of my podcast. Again, thank you, Vinny Bucci, again, for joining us again. And love you guys. Bye-bye.